Hey guys, Joe Ted Ideal Comstock. We're at another hotel, and we're going to show you a place that you should not go into unless you absolutely have to. And that's the business center of a hotel. We're going to show you why. Come this way. So we are actually in the business center of the hotel that Dale and I are at right now. And Dale's got a really interesting story to back up what I'm about to say. So here's the deal. Computers in hotels. I would highly avoid using these unless it's an emergency. Do not ever go in your bank accounts. Anything personal that you don't want anyone else to know about, you are putting yourself at risk using a hotel computer. Here's the crazy thing. Normally the towers are hidden, but this is an all-in-one computer. And so you've got, your CD drive is right here, and over here, you can't see it, is you've got USB ports. And so it costs about $40 or $50 to buy a keylogger. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically a little device, and it usually comes in either a CD or a thumb drive, and it takes seconds. You download it onto the computer, and every single person that comes in after you download it, you're going to see every single keystroke, including passwords and bank account numbers. So, guys, the bottom line is, unless you're just doing like a Google search or something, just basic internet search, it's fine. But I wouldn't even check your freaking email. Nothing. So on you. So anyway, Dale's got a very interesting story to back this up. But again, avoid business centers at all costs.
Yeah, traveling. So I won't name the country that I've been to where this happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to me in quite a few countries, and I don't know it. But one particular country in the Middle East, I stayed in the hotel. It was actually a 5-star hotel. And they kept putting me in the same room, on the same floor, same room every time I visited. That right there kind of raised some flags, right? So what was more interesting was in the morning when I went down through the lobby and walked by the front desk, I happened to know that there was an individual that showed up every morning from one of their intel agencies, and basically the attendant at the desk would hand him a stack of papers, basically internet data that was collected throughout the night. So everybody that came down and got on the computers to do business, whatever it was, personal or business, business related stuff, all that was captured and then handed off to this intelligence agents that picked it up every morning. So they knew who stayed in that hotel. They were monitoring what you were doing on the computer, who you were communicating with. So that's a big deal. And this particular country, we were not at war with them. In fact, I would say this country is, for the most part, pretty friendly. However, just like every country, they have their intelligence agencies always at work. They're always monitoring, particularly expats and foreigners who are visiting their country, and keeping an eye on them and listening to what they have to say.
One other thing, too, you don't necessarily have to have a thumb drive or a CD to download on the computer. You can actually get a device for about $20-$30 that basically connects between the wall and your computer. And it's a small little device, and it will capture every keystroke, okay? So all that person has to do is go back to that computer later, retrieve the device, plug it into their computer, and every single keystroke that you have typed into your computer, they now see. So guys, lesson here is stay out of the freaking business centers. Who doesn't travel with their laptops now? And again, even in your room, another reason why, we've made these other hotel security videos, you want to make sure who in the hell has been in your rooms. To download a keylogger, unless you have it sent to you in a file that you open, you have to manually download in your computer. You'll know if somebody's been on your computer. It's going to be very obvious. So all of this ties together. It's a very holistic look at travel security and hotel security. Anyway, guys, keep watching the videos and
ring the bell.
Hey, it's Jimbo over here with another tip. This one is about the importance of knowing how to knock someone out fast. Sounds brutal, and it is, but you need to know this. I mean, let's say you get into a physical confrontation. You tried to avoid it, but sometimes that's just not possible, is it? You may be cornered, or you may have your wife or girlfriend with you, so escape is simply not an option. In a situation like that, once you've recognized that you're going to have to fight, I mean, like really fight, do not hesitate. You've got to end it fast. Here's why I say that and why it's so important to you. A street fight is not a boxing match. There are no rules, no referees, no clean canvas. You can't depend on your opponent's sense of mercy or that others will jump in to break up the fight and save you. No. Every second that a real-world confrontation continues, the dangers and the risks for you multiply exponentially. What starts off as a one-on-one encounter can quickly spiral out of control, and the results for you could mean a trip to the hospital if you're lucky, or worse, a trip to the morgue. My little company, Fight Fast, has been in the self-defense business for almost 40 years now. So we've done our homework. There are facts backed up here by a ton of research. One of those facts is that the first 5 seconds of a confrontation is what I call your window of opportunity. This is your best and often your only chance to end the fight on your terms before the situation deteriorates. Your mind is still clear and you can still act decisively. After that is the 5 to 15 second range. This is where complications arise. Your element of surprise is gone, the adrenaline dump screws up your fine motor skills, and your opponent's friends start to join the fray. It's not hopeless yet, but things have already started to go sideways for you in just a period of 5 to 15 seconds. At 15 seconds, you hit what I call a critical danger zone. Exhaustion begins to set in, sapping your strength, slowing your reaction times. You'll likely be taken to the ground with his friends kicking and stomping on your head. Also, if there's a weapon, it's likely to be drawn into play at this point of the game. And this is where things really start to go south for you, which is why staying on your feet and ending the fight decisively within the first 5 seconds is your only true defense against these mounting threats. Neutralizing a threat in under 5 seconds minimizes your exposure to danger and provides you with the greatest chance of a safe outcome for you. Which is why I insist that a knockout would be the perfect solution for you here. But the trick is, how do you do that? Well, it's not as hard as you may imagine. I can't cover it all here, but I've put together an illustrated guide for you, 10 instant knockout techniques. It's yours for free. The link is in the description. Get it now while it's still available. Again, it's all yours for free, and it's there where you'll discover the simple secrets to ending a fight in 5 seconds or less.
Thanks for watching our video lessons here at TRS Direct. Hit the like button down below and consider subscribing to our channel here on YouTube. Hit the bell icon and we'll send you a notification when there's a new lesson available. Thanks again for watching.